Welcome to APush for 5, your shortcut to mastering the AP U.S. history exam. Let's jump into Period 4, 1800 to 1848, where America transformed through democracy, reform, and growth. Question 1. Stimulus. Historian A. The market revolution democratized American politics by mobilizing ordinary producers. Historian B. It intensified class discipline and required party machines to manage discontent. Question. Taken together, the historians most strongly suggest that the market revolution A. Replaced regional identity with a unified national working class ideology. B. Ended patronage by making party loyalty irrelevant to economic mobility. C. Both expanded political participation and heightened the need for organized party control. D. Reduced sectionalism by aligning planter and artisan interests. The correct answer is C. Both expanded political participation and heightened the need for organized party control. Wage labor and market networks mobilized voters even as parties professionalized to channel economic tensions. Question 2. Stimulus excerpt. Thomas Jefferson, first inaugural, 1801. We are all Republicans, we are all Federalists. Question. In context, Jefferson's statement was intended primarily to A. Reconcile ideological divisions while quietly advancing Republican retrenchment of federal power. B. Declare an end to organized parties through adoption of Federalist fiscal principles. C. Justify executive latitude in dismantling Hamilton's economic system. D. Promote permanent coalition governance between agrarian and commercial interests. The correct answer is A. Reconcile ideological divisions while quietly advancing Republican retrenchment of federal power. Jefferson soothed partisanship while planning to limit federal reach and undo Federalist centralization. Question 3. Stimulus. Lowell Factory Committee Minutes, 1834. Minutes record turnouts over wage cuts. Managers tout moral oversight in boarding houses. Question. The evidence most directly illustrates A. The triumph of craft unions enforcing state wage boards. B. Tensions between paternalistic labor discipline and female workers' collective action. C. The success of evangelical owners in eradicating strikes. D. Federal arbitration of industrial disputes under the Commerce Clause. The correct answer is B. Tensions between paternalistic labor discipline and female workers' collective action. Mill owners fused moral control with wage pressure, while women organized protests and petitions. Question 4. Stimulus. Excerpt from Chief Justice Roger B. Taney, Charles River Bridge versus Warren Bridge, 1837. While the rights of private property are sacredly guarded, they must not be so construed as to fetter the public interest. Question. Taney's reasoning most directly signaled a shift from Marshall's court toward a-democratic legal principles, prioritizing economic competition and community development over entrenched privilege. B. Strict constructionist opposition to corporate activity in interstate commerce. C. Judicial defense of monopolies as essential to stable infrastructure investment. D. Rejection of the contract clause as unconstitutional. The correct answer is A. Democratic legal principles, prioritizing economic competition and community development over entrenched privilege. Taney's court favored public good and opportunity over monopoly privilege, aligning with Jacksonian democratic ideals. Question 5. Stimulus. Excerpt. Gibbons versus Ogden, 1824. Commerce among the several states. Comprehends navigation. Question. A major consequence of the ruling was A. State monopolies gained protection if tied to public works. B. Congressional power over foreign trade shrank relative to interstate trade. C. Federal courts lost authority to review charter disputes. D. Stronger national regulation that undercut state-granted navigation monopolies. The correct answer is D. Stronger national regulation that undercut state-granted navigation monopolies. Marshall's court expanded national supremacy over commerce, striking state monopolies. Question 6. Stimulus. Circular. South Carolina Convention, 1832. A state, as party to the Constitutional Compact, may arrest an unconstitutional act. Question. The reasoning above most directly reflects which constitutional dilemma? A. Whether the Supreme Court could mediate sectional disputes over economic regulation. B. Whether sovereignty lay in the collective people or in the states composing the Union. C. Whether the executive could suspend tariffs under emergency authority. D. Whether Congress possessed enumerated powers beyond those expressly delegated. The correct answer is B. Whether sovereignty lay in the collective people or in the states composing the Union. Calhoun's nullification doctrine claimed states retained ultimate sovereignty, opposing nationalist theory. Question 7. Stimulus. Broadside. Free soil, free labor, free men. 1848. The broadside denounces slave power and demands no extension of slavery. Question. The Free Soil platform reflected which broader ideological synthesis? A Southern reform effort to replace plantation slavery with compensated apprenticeship. B. A purely abolitionist commitment to immediate emancipation throughout the Union. C. A fusion of Northern economic self-interest with moral opposition to slavery's expansion. D. A partisan maneuver by Whigs to attract pro-slavery moderates without alienating abolitionists. The correct answer is C. A fusion of Northern economic self-interest with moral opposition to slavery's expansion. Free Soilers blended moral unease and economic defense of free labor, opposing slavery's spread. Question 8. Stimulus. Finney's sermon versus Tocqueville observation, 1830s. Finney. Men may choose salvation. Reform is duty. Tocqueville. Equality of conditions breeds new desires. Question. Taken together, the two excerpts reveal that antebellum revivalism. A. Marginalized social reform by equating salvation with private self-improvement alone. B. Replaced traditional Calvinist discipline with purely emotional enthusiasm devoid of structure. C. Subordinated religious activism to political partisanship within Jacksonian democracy. D. Sanctified personal agency as both a spiritual calling and a civic mechanism for moral order. The correct answer is D. Sanctified personal agency as both a spiritual calling and a civic mechanism for moral order. Finney and Tocqueville saw revivalism energizing reform while imposing civic discipline. Question 9. Stimulus. Excerpt. Monroe Doctrine, 1823. Not to be considered as subjects for future colonization by any European powers. Question. In its original diplomatic context, Monroe's message primarily sought to A. Assert hemispheric autonomy without committing the U.S. to enforce it militarily. B. Establish a joint Anglo-American protectorate over Latin American revolutions. C. Justify naval expansion to deter British influence in the Caribbean. D. Formalize the United States' right to intervene preemptively in foreign conflicts. The correct answer is A. Assert hemispheric autonomy without committing the U.S. to enforce it militarily. The doctrine opposed European interference but avoided military enforcement, reflecting cautious nationalism. Question 10. Stimulus. Treasury documents, Specie Circular, 1836, and panic data, 1837 to 39. Circular order specie for land, data show bank suspensions and price collapses. Question: the specie circular most directly illustrates which paradox of Jacksonian economic policy? A. Expansion of state-chartered banks curtailed entrepreneurial risk-taking. B. Elimination of the national debt ensured long-term price stability. C. Efforts to restrain speculation destabilized credit and deepened market dependence. D. Restriction of specie payments encouraged Western land speculation. The correct answer is C. Efforts to restrain speculation destabilized credit and deepened market dependence. Jackson's anti-bank ideal tightened credit, helping trigger panic and revealing contradictions. Thanks for watching APush for 5. Let us know in the comments which questions you like the most. If today's practice helped you, tap like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future videos. And share this with a friend who's also aiming for that 5. If you want more hands-on learning or direct feedback, reach out directly. We'd love to help you take your prep to the next level. See you in the next video.